Hello, everyone, and welcome to Alternate Baseball. We are at Wright State University tonight for a game that was added within the last 24 hours. Alter versus Thurgood Marshall. They were supposed to connect earlier in the season and were rained out, and then the rescheduled game was also canceled. But tonight they are finally going to hook horns, and this is a first game of what should be a long stretch of games for the Knights. So tonight they will play the Cougars, and then tomorrow night a GCL matchup for the return visit to Chaminade Julienne. Wednesday they will travel probably one of their longest trips of the year to Miami Trace, and then Thursday traveling to Brookville. So going east on Wednesday, going west on Thursday, and then it's Miamisburg, and then it is about time for tournament coming up. And so as we look at the tournament draw, which was put together yesterday, we have Alter playing Eaton in the first round. Alter the 8 seed, Eaton the 5 seed, and the winner of that will play Bellbrook Greenville. So, first things first, you got to win that first game, but you're looking at a potential rematch against Bellbrook, who Alter scrimmaged and held their own preseason. So, who knows what will happen here? So, on the mound tonight for the Knights, Spencer Girding gets the start. And I'll give you the lineup here in just a moment after the first pitch. So Girding delivers. That ball is fouled away, and this game is underway. So the pitching catching battery tonight is Spencer Girding. Matt Mahoney is the starting catcher tonight for the Knights. Here is the second pitch. That ball is high. And 1-1 is the count. Swing and a miss, strike two. So looking around the infield, we have Sam McClanahan at first, Jack DeMario at second, or actually, I've got to take a look out here and see who we've got. The sun is very, very bright tonight. There's strike three, and there's one out in the inning. And Danny Mangan is at third base. Jack DeMario is starting at shortstop. The other Mangan, Ryan Mangan, the senior, gets to start at second base. Sam McClanahan's at first. And ball one outside. As we look in the outfield, Sharetti is in right field, Barhorst is in center, and Wayner gets the start in left field tonight for the Knights. There's strike one. If you notice, I haven't really gone through Thurgood's lineup. That's because I was given numbers and I was given first names. So there's a strike, swing, and a miss, and the count is 1-2. So this is Israel starting third baseman, and there is strike three, and quickly there are two outs in the inning. And this will bring up Rolando, number 11, who is tonight's starting catcher. And watching Rolando during warm-ups, very raw behind the plate, but he has a very strong arm. He can get that ball down to second just like that. So first pitch is outside, ball one. Second pitch is over the plate for a strike. That ball is popped up in foul territory, but it looks like it will just land on top of the dugout for the second strike. And so the count is 1-2. So Alter originally not supposed to play a game tonight. They were going to be practicing, but it's always better to play a game when you can. Get the reps in. Ball is up and behind the batter's head. And the count is full. The 3-2 count. Ball is fouled back to the screen. Ball just missing. Ball 4. And Thurgood has a runner on base, and that will bring up the pitcher tonight, number 15. His first name is Aaron. And that helmet is barely on his head. It is a little too small. Ball misses high. Ball 2. So Spencer needs to take a deep breath and just relax and pitch the ball like he did to the first two batters. It just seems like he's rushing things right now. Big lead over at first base. There's a strike. Mahoney faking a throw over to first. Nothing happening. Big lead, he's going. And that ball is popped up to the catcher. Mahoney is settling underneath it and is not able to get it. So 2-2 is the count. So 2-2 is the count. And he was going. It might be good to check the runner here. Ball is fouled away. And the delivery runner's going. That's a ground ball. DeMario charges it, or Mengen charges it, throws over to first, and that is it for Thurgood in the top of the first inning. So Thurgood nothing, Alter coming to bat. Okay, let's go over the lineup for the Knights here on offense. Jack DeMario will bat leadoff. Danny Mangan is batting second. His brother Ryan is batting third. Ewald is DHing tonight. Matt Scheretti is in right field and will bat fifth. Barhorst is in the sixth slot. Wayner in the seventh position, followed by Mahoney and McClanahan. Last batter for the Knights tonight. So Alter looking to jump on this Cougar team early and often. So it's a beautiful night. Temperature-wise, with the breeze and the sun, probably one of the best we've had all year. A slight breeze blowing from right field to left field. And we are about ready to begin here in the bottom half of the first inning. And a much younger umpiring crew here tonight for the game, probably by about 40 years, to be honest with you. And we are set to begin. So this is Aaron on the mound this evening. And his first pitch is over for a strike. So watching him warm up, not a lot of speed and not really any special pitches. He's just going to try to get it over, and that was a high fastball. Sometimes that lack of velocity will throw a batter off. After these last few games where we've been used to seeing some high heat, and that ball is popped up in the air foul. The catcher calls for it and makes the catch for the first out. So one down in the inning. Danny Mangan comes to the plate. Mangan starting behind the plate on senior night because Luke Ewald got the start for the Knights, but tonight he is over at third base. And the first pitch is high. Ball is a strike. And the 1-1 delivery. That's outside, 2-1. That is behind Mangan. And 3-1 is the count. Okay, so 3-1 the count here on Danny Mangan. Brother Ryan is on deck. Let's see what we can get going here. That ball is popped high in the air in the infield. Third baseman's calling for it and makes the catch for the second out of the inning. And with 2 outs, that will bring up Ryan Mangan. So Ewald on deck for the Knights. Should Ryan reach? There's strike one. 0-1 is the count. Delivery, swing and a miss, strike two. So I expect Ryan to wait till he gets set and then ask for time. We will see. No, he's going to swing. Ball one. 1-2 is the count. Swing and a miss. But that ball goes to the backstop. Ryan's going to advance over to first base. So swing and a miss, but it is through the legs of the catcher, and Ryan Mangan has second life on first base. And that brings up Luke Ewald. And outfield not playing Ewald, not giving him the respect that he deserves out there, especially left field. So if he gets hold of a ball, it will be extra bases. Mangan a big lead and going on the pitch. That ball was high inside, and Mangan is on second base. So good sign here. Alter running early, trying to get that runner in scoring position for Ewald. And I would expect them to run tonight quite a bit. So Thurgood instructing the second baseman to move over. But Mangan having a huge lead. Pitcher to get him back just stepped off the rubber. He comes set. That ball is popped up in the air. It looks like that is just going to be out of the reach. Bounces on the steps of the dugout. And the count is 1-1. Matt Scheretti on deck for the Knights. Big lead for Mangan, big lead. That ball is inside. 2-1. Pitcher steps off. Okay, Luke settles back into the box. He's going on the pitch, but that ball is fouled back. And the count evens at 2-2 here in the bottom of the first. Ryan Mangan on second base, Luke Ewald at the plate. We are scoreless. Swing and a miss. He dropped the ball. And he will throw over to first, and the side is retired. So Alter coming up empty in their first at bat, and at the end of one complete, we are scoreless. Okay, Armani comes to the plate. Today is starting first baseman for Thurgood. Girding delivers. Strike one. Just missing 1-1. Swing and a miss. Strike two. And the count is 1-2. Girding winds up and delivers. Just missing a bit high. And 2-2 is the count. The delivery, swing and a miss. Strike three. And one down in the inning. The DH comes up, Deshaun. The outfield playing way up. Ball is high. Deshaun about as far away from the plate as you can get. There's strike one. I don't think he could have gotten to that ball if he wanted to swing. So he's using a shorter bat and is not up on the plate. There's strike two. So quickly, 1-2 the count. And the delivery. To the backstop, 2-2. Strike three. So quickly, two down in the inning. And the starting center fielder, Curry, comes to the plate. And he has to, he's wearing a chain which he needs to remove. Ball missing high. A full week of baseball, and of course the only game that we're playing on turf is played on the nicest day of the week. The rest of the week, that's ball two. The rest of the week we have rain scheduled and progressively getting worse weather-wise till we get to the weekend. That line drive to Danny Mangan, who makes the catch, and 1.5 complete in the books. We are scoreless here at Wright State University. We'll be right back. Okay, we have Sharetti, Barhorst, Wayner, and hopefully many, many more here in the bottom half of the second inning. Alter needs to be a little more intentional at the plate. They seem to just sleepwalk through that first inning and need to go up there and be aggressive. There's ball low. Thurgood may not be the caliber of some of the GCL teams they have faced as of late, but Alter is not in a position to take any team lightly. Ball 2 inside. They need to come out here with some energy and just take it to them. It is all about momentum going into the tournament, or else it's one and done. There's strike one. So Sharetti, right-handed batter for the Knights. Ball low, and the count is 3-1. There's strike two. And the payoff. That ball, he turned on that ball and it went foul, but it just stopped rolling. He got all of that. Just exploded with his hips just a bit early, though. So it would be nice to see him get hold of one like that in fair territory. And the payoff. There was a changeup, and he froze him for out number one. And I don't think he was expecting that pitch. But there is one away here. And Barhorst comes to the plate. Missing low, ball one. Ball two. That missed outside, 3-0. So we get something going here. There's no green light on 3-0. You take the base if you can get it. There it is, ball four, and we have a base runner here in the bottom half of the second inning. So with Wayner coming to the plate, Mahoney will come out on deck for the Knights. A big lead at first, and he is going on the first pitch. That was a ball, and safely in at second base. And on both of the steals, they're getting such good jumps. They have already slid and are starting to get up from their stance when the ball is just arriving at second base. So we should be running just about every player here tonight. The pitch. Oh, and that hit Wayner on the left shoulder, and he will go down to first. And that brings up Mahoney with McClanahan on deck. So looking at this, we have Barhorst on second, Wayner on first, Mahoney at the plate, and this may be an opportunity to sacrifice, not actually say bunt for a hit here, because everybody is back. And he's stealing on the pitch and fouls it back. Both runners were going on the pitch. Runners getting their lead. The first baseman's going over to hold him on the bag, but I'm not quite sure why. Pitch, that ball drops, and both runners will advance. And now we are in business here. Second and third, one out. We cannot waste these opportunities this evening. We cannot leave runners on base. Got to make the most of it. So the 1-1 delivery here to Mahoney. There's strike two. And Mahoney right up now on the plate, because that ball did look like it was, the way this pitcher's throwing, everything is going inside out. Swing and a miss, and there are 2 outs in the inning. So McClanahan comes to the plate here. Got to make something happen. We cannot leave these runners on base here. And McClanahan thinking squeeze there and bunts it foul. Strike two. So quickly, 2 strikes on McClanahan. Swing and a miss, and Thurgood gets out of the inning here at the end of 2 complete. 0-0. Okay, for Thurgood, we have the 8-9 slots, and then we are at the top of the order. And Knight's looking okay on the defensive side of the ball, but absolutely horrific on the offensive side of the ball. And not a lot of emotion at all, so that they look flat. So they need to pull it together here and not take this game for granted. There's strike one. Now, Alter is a much improved team from last year, but they are not anywhere close to being the caliber where you can just walk in and expect to roll a team. Swing and a miss. 1-2 is the count. There's strike three. So Girding doing his job here early on. Just need to support them at the plate. We've left 3 on base in the in the first 2 innings of the game here, and we just need to push them across. Ball 1. Just missing high. A little bit taller batter up there, and that's a strike. Swing and a miss. 2-1's the count. Strike 2. So the umpire tonight he's like the corners. He's giving a wide strike zone, and he's being consistent. So the players have to see that and adjust. And we have gone full with the count here. Swing and a miss. So Girding racking up some KOs this evening. And Thurgood rolls over to the top of the order, and that will bring up Jawan, the shortstop, who's also wearing the captaincy on his jersey. And another batter wearing chains coming up to the plate. Girding delivers. That's a ground ball. DeMario charges it, throws over to first, and that is it. And so one thing I will say before we break here for the half inning, I love Mahoney was almost stride for stride down first baseline to back up McClanahan. Nice hustle there. And at the end of 2.5, we are scoreless here. Okay, Jack DeMario comes to the plate for the second time tonight. Let's hope that second time is a charm here this evening for the Knights as they start at the top of the lineup. Alter just needing to put the ball in play, and good things will happen here, but it does not help when you're just striking out at the plate, popping out. Got to drive the ball. There's ball one. There's a bunt. Oh, just going foul. Great bunt. And the last couple feet just rolled foul. So I like the fact that they're doing whatever they need to get on base. Let's keep it going. One delivery. That was a swing and a miss. And the count is 1-2. So not a whole lot of velocity, but many times when you throw after you're used to seeing pitchers in the 80s, and then suddenly that's fouled back. Suddenly you see something that is not that velocity. Your timing is off. And the 1-2 delivery. Change up missing. Swing and a miss, strike three. One down, Danny Mangan comes to the plate. Ball missing outside. 1-0 is the count. And looking down in Alter's dugout, and not a lot of chatter. And looking over into Thurgood's, there's one person on the bench. That hits Danny, and he will move to first. We're not proud. We'll wear it. Go down to first. And that will bring up brother Ryan Mangan. So we got the bookend Mangos here back to back. And I would expect Mangan, he's got a huge lead. We've not seen a throw over to first. So I would anticipate him going. And that ball is passed. And that could be, he could move over to third. He's going to round it hard. And he is going to go. He hesitated. He's got a slide here. And go. He's going to, oh, wait. We're going to hold him at third. That ball bounced right back to the third baseman. So Danny moving from first to third on a throw over to first that was not fielded cleanly. And Danny rounded second, looked, and then moved on to third. Ball was overthrown to third, but it bounced right back to the catcher. And we have yet to throw a pitch to Ryan, and here is the first pitch. And Mangan fouls that one up and out of play. Designated hitter Luke Ewald is on deck for the Knights. So 0-1 the count. Danny Mangan at third base. And that hits Ryan. So Ryan moves over to first. And Luke in a great position here to put the Knights on the board in the third inning with one out. I like our chances. If we can just put the ball in play, we will make things happen here. And Mangan is just going to, over at first, Ryan was getting ready to take off on first movement. And Ryan Mangan goes. Ball is high. There will be no throw. And we have runners at second and third. So now Luke is ready at the plate, and I have a feeling that this one is going to be high and deep to left field. So let's see if he can catch one here. The 1-0 pitch. Swing and a miss. 1-1 the count. Matt Scheretti on deck for the Knights. That ball misses outside. 2-1. Strike on the inside corner. So the umpire giving you about a baseball and a half there on the edges. And he has been consistent all night. The 2-2 delivery to Ewald. That's a pass ball. That's going to score one. And Alter is on the scoreboard here. And the count is now full also on Luke Ewald. Scheretti on deck, Barhorst in the hole. The 3-2 delivery. That's chopped foul. Okay, Ryan Mangan leads at third base. The 3-2 delivery. Oh, and he launches that one right where I said it was going to be. It 2 hops to the wall, bounces around the warning track. Ewald's thinking 3, but he's going to go back to second. And the Knights have taken a 2-0 lead here in the third. So I'm not going to say I told you so, but I told you he was going to hit it deep to left. And Coach Hosel's going to call time and go out and check Luke, see how his leg's doing. And Alex Dunkel is walking out. And Dunkel's going to come back in. Looked like he may have been a pinch runner. Luke's saying, I don't think so, freshman. Go back to the bench. So Ewald's going to tough it out at second base. And that brings up Scheretti to the plate. So hopefully we've got some momentum here and we'll just keep it going. There's 1 out in the inning. And let's see what we can do here. A delivery. There's a strike. The delivery. That ball is fouled back to the net. That was high in the strike zone, but I like him being aggressive at the plate. So 0-2 the count, and we'll see if we see his changeup. He has thrown this a couple times when he's been up 0-2 or 1-2 in the count. 0-2 delivery. There's the changeup. And 1-2. Ball is fouled up and away. And the count holds at 1-2. One out in the inning. Barhorst on deck and Wayner in the hole for the Knights. Ball low. And Sharetti gets hold of that one, and left fielder moves around quite a bit, finds it at the last second, and makes the catch. So 2 down in the inning. And that will bring up Barhorst. So a solid hit ball. And the left fielder moved around and ended up being in his original spot to make the catch and looking into the sun. So not an easy out, but an out nonetheless. That ball is high. Big lead by Ewald. So the catcher's going to suddenly walk over, and I would anticipate a throw here, and there it is. Just ahead of the tag. The 1-0 delivery. Ball's fouled up and out of play. Ewald trying to get in the pitcher's head, and the pitcher will step off the plate. Ewald going very deep coming off the bag for his lead to make the shortstop go around him out of position. Swing and a miss. 1-2 is the count. Barhorst pulling that front foot on the swing. Just pulling him out of the way of making contact. 1-2 is the count. That's a ground ball to second base, who throws on to first, and that's it for the Knights in the inning. But they do get 2 runs. And at the end of 3 complete, the score is 2-0 Alter. Okay, the Knights getting a couple of runs, bottom half of the last inning, and let's see what they can do to hold that lead and then build upon it here in the fourth inning. There's strike one. Girding pitching a very nice game, just throwing strikes, nothing fancy. In case you're wondering, we are in the 2 slot for Thurgood. Azriel at the plate. Strike 2. So quickly, 2 strikes. And the 0-2 delivery. Ball bounces to the screen. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Inside corner, in on his hands, and swing and a miss. So there's 1 out here, and the catcher for Thurgood will come to the plate for the second time this evening. This is Rollins. Ball high. Strike 1. Two one. That's a ground ball. DeMario backhands it. Nice play. Throws over to first. And they're 2 away. The ever sure-handed Jack DeMario out there. And if you get him the ball on turf, there is no way he is not going to make that play. So 2 outs in the inning, and that will bring up the pitcher for Thurgood. And the outfield playing up quite a bit. Strike 1. Strike 2. So Girding living on the edges here tonight of the plate, a la Matt Scheretti. And the 0-2 pitch here. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Great inning here by Spencer Girding. And going into the bottom of the fourth inning, Alter up 2-0. Alter will be back in action the next three nights in a row, weather permitting. Tomorrow we travel to CJ at Howell Field for a return GCL matchup against the CJ Eagles. Wednesday we go east near Washington Courthouse to play Miami Trace. And on Thursday we go west to Brookville. So a lot of miles being logged by the Knights this week, weather permitting. Uh, Tomorrow will be a game time decision as to whether or not the game will be broadcast. I have a business function to attend, and if I show up, it will be arrival right at game time. So I'm hoping to make it, but cannot make any promises. The paycheck comes first. And Andrew Wayner comes to the plate here in the bottom half of the fourth inning. Wayner, HBP last at bat, hit by pitch, and squared up the bunt and pulled it back for ball one. Matt Mahoney on deck. Again, Wayner squared up again, pulled it back, but that was a strike on the pitch. And 1-1 is the count. And he does lay that down, however, right to the pitcher, who throws over to first, and Wayner almost legged that out, but not quite there, and there's one away. So that was good hustle down the line, just not quite fast enough. So Matt Mahoney comes to the plate. Matt striking out last at bat for the Knights. There's strike one. Swing and a miss, strike two. So 0-2. So this follows the MO. It's changeup here. There it is, just high though. 1-2 the count. McClanahan on deck. Over in the on deck circle for the Knights. Swing and a miss, strike three. And there are two outs in the inning. So two outs, it is up to Sam here. Sam catching that one, but the ball goes foul. That ball is hit high in the air to center field. Center fielder sits underneath and makes the catch. So Knights go down 1-2-3 here in the fourth. Heading to the top of the fifth, 2-0 Alter. Okay, top of the fifth inning here. Spencer Girding looking very strong pitching against Thurgood. Just missing inside, ball one. Ball is fouled back to the net. 1-1 is the count. That just missed. 2-1 the count. There's strike two. A ball is hit to right field. Sharetti is over and makes the catch. Out number one. There's strike one. Quickly two strikes. Swing and a miss. He chased a ball up and out of the strike zone. And there are two outs in the inning. Swing and a miss. Ball goes to the backstop. There's strike two. Girding very efficient with his pitch count here this evening. So we have 0-2 count with two outs here in the top of the fifth. Swing and a miss, strike three, and that's it here in the top half of the fifth. Alter up 2-0. Okay, here in the bottom half of the fifth inning, we are at the top of the Knights batting order, and that means it's DeMario, Mengen, and Mengen. So Jack due for a crushing blow here into the gap, and he will deliver this time, I believe. There's a strike. Ball missing low, 1-1. And DeMario gets all of that one. That's a high hit ball to left field. Left fielder makes the catch for out number one. And that brings Danny Mengen to the plate. Mengen getting on base and scoring one of the two Knights runs here this evening. Swing and a miss, and 1-1 is the count. There's a hard hit ball to right field, and the right fielder has trouble getting it. Mengen considers second, but goes back to first. And we have one on board here. And that brings up the brother Mengen. And we're going to take a quick look and make sure that that the Thurgood player is not hurt too terribly bad. So it looks like he is okay, and he will stay in the game. And so with one out, the other Mengen, Ryan, the other brother Mengen, will come up. And as the Thurgood coach was walking back to the dugout, he had a few words with the pitcher, and I wonder if he's going to talk about a throw over to first or something to keep him on, and he stepped off the mound. Big lead here. And he goes on the first pitch. That's a ball. Wow. And Mengen slid to the right side of the bag. Had the shortstop been able to put a tag down, probably would have been out, but Mengen went to the far side of the bag and the shortstop never laid a tag down. So Danny at second, Ryan at the plate. And let's see what we got here. Get a couple other runs across the plate. That ball is going to go into right field, and that's going to score a run. And nicely executed by Ryan, and drives in Danny for the third run in the game for the Knights. And that brings up Moose who had a crushing blow to left field last time. Luke just absolutely the last four games, tearing the cover off the ball. Ryan going on the pitch. And we'll go into second standing up. And that was ball one on the pitch. Pitcher throwing off speed to Ewald. Pitch number one. Ball to the backstop. That is going to advance Ryan Mangan to third base. And 2-0 the count. This is a hitter's pitch. So the wind blowing out right now. If Luke can catch fastball here, it's going to go. And that ball is popped up in the air in the infield. Shortstop is coming way over to make the play right where second base was. And there are 2 outs in the inning. And sophomore Matt Scheretti will come to the plate here. Third baseman sneaking over. I don't know if you want to make that throw. Balls to the backstop, and another run will score. So the Mangans coming through on the base paths yet again, and the score is now 4-0. By virtue of a few wild pitches here this evening. So Knight's not hitting the cover off the ball top to bottom, but when they get the runners on base, they're being very aggressive. That ball misses high. 2-0 is the count. And Scheretti hitting that one, popping it up. So all 3 balls, that ball fell, and they're on base. And all 3 hit balls here have been in this exact same location. And it looks like they're reaching out for those. And the pitcher's balls are, pitches are going inside out. And so when they're trying to catch hold of those balls, they're putting their bats out, and that's why they're popping them up to the right side of the infield. So Kevin Barhorst comes to the plate. There's strike one. And Barhorst being the lone left-handed bat here in the lineup for the Knights, will see that pitch coming across, going on the pitch. And Scheretti is in safely at second base, and Knights in a position here to steal another run here in the inning. Ball's low. 2-1's the count. And pitch high. 3-1 is the count. Andrew Wayner on deck for the Knights. Ball 4. So runners on first and second. 2 outs. Wayner in a position here. Ball misses outside. 1-0. Ball high, 2-0. Looks like he's starting to get tired. His motion is varying slightly from where it was the earlier part of the game. He's not reaching out. Ball 3. 3-0 is the count. And we are 1 pitch away from being loaded up here with catcher Matt Mahoney on deck. There's strike 1. So 3-1 count. Still has to be in his location. He called the balk on the play. He did not come set. And 3-1 is the count. And not much of a discussion there. I think he was just asking what he had done wrong. And you got to come set and freeze. So the coach taking advantage of that. That will count as a mound trip for him. He stopped and had a discussion. And 3-1 is the count. Two outs here, the bottom of the 5th. It's inside, and bases are loaded for catcher Matt Mahoney. Big opportunity here to really open up the game. Ball 1, just missing low. There's a strike. That looked more of a makeup call. That looked like it was, catcher's glove was way outside where he caught it. 1-1 the count. Ball missing. Exact same location, but that was ball. 2-1 the count. And Alex Dunkel on deck for the Knights. Ball missing, 3-1. So it looks like Dunkel will pinch hit for McClanahan. If he should walk. So the 3-1 delivery here. There's ball 4 and a run. Run is in. here, and it doesn't look like there's anyone up in the bullpen because there's not a whole lot of players on the bench. So the coach making another trip out to the mound. So freshman Alex Dunkel coming to the plate, and DeMario is on deck. So Dunkel, a good contact hitter. Okay, so you would think, though, with bases loaded, Knight's in a great position to blow it open. There'd be just a little more momentum, enthusiasm from the bench, but still very flat. I just, I'm a little bewildered. It's not like we're a 20-2 team here. I think we'd be excited about being up in any game. But here we go. Dunkel at the plate, bases loaded. First pitch misses, ball one. We have Barhorst at third base, Wayner at second base, and Mahoney leading at first. Alex Dunkel at the plate. And ball low. And Thurgood's pitcher really struggling to get the ball over the plate right now. It's almost like he's trying to aim the ball, not throw like he had been early on in the game. 3-0, and I don't think he's going to have the green light here. Frustration mounting. Just that's the third pitch over the last couple batters that has gone past the pitcher. And the 3-0 count. There's a strike. And 3-1 is the count on Dunkel. That was a swing, and the ball was fouled. And full count here, 2 outs. Everybody will be moving on motion here in the 5th inning. And so there go the runners. Pitch is high, ball 4. And another run will come across the plate, and the score is now 6-0 Knights. Thurgood's coach saying, come on, we're leaving you out there. Okay, Jack DeMario settles in at the plate. And the pitch, that's to the backstop. That's going to score 1. And he is rounding hard. Here comes Mahoney. Safe. Nice job. Mahoney absolutely hustling. He was thinking home as soon as he jumped. So absolutely love the hustle of Matt Mahoney here. Great job, and that moves Dunkel over to third base, and the score is now 8-0. So suddenly Alter in a position here where they might be able to end this game if they can get DeMario across here. 2 outs. There's a strike. And the count is, scoreboard says 1-2, and it's 1-1 according to the umpire. Ball inside. 2-1. Ball low. 3-1. That's Danny Mangan on deck for the Knights. Three-one here. Ball four. Pitcher incredibly frustrated right now. Runner going. There's a strike. And that is the winning run on second base right now. So if Danny can make contact to the outfield, see if we can end this. DeMario absolute wheels at second base. Ryan Mangan on deck. And Altered, with 2 outs here, have just put together a string of runs. That ball is high. Unsure as to whether coaching staff from Thurgood has anyone to go to in relief. There's the hit, and they're sending him, and that's going to be the ball game here tonight. And so the Knights put 2 runs across, and that is the end of the ball game here. Knights starting out very, very slow. Great pitching performance. In fact, that's a 5-inning no-hit game for Spencer Girding here tonight. I think he had 10 strikeouts, I think was the count. And that last inning, Alter just exploded here to put Thurgood away. So solid defensive performance, some strong base running, and finally the bats woke up here for the Knights late in the game. And so here at Wright State, Alter wins a 5-inning, 10-0 game over Thurgood Marshall. Spencer Girding pitching a heck of a game and seeing some nice, probably the best base running, most aggressive base running we've seen from Alter all year. So tomorrow night, Alter travels to Howe Field to take on CJ. And like I said, it's going to be a game time decision as to whether or not I will be broadcasting the game or not. It just depends on if I can get out of a work meeting and get down there and get set up. So if I am able to do it, may set up just a few minutes late. But hopefully we will see you out there. And it's nice. Game 1 of 5 games this week for the Knights, and the Alter Knights jump out 1-0 on the week, and we'll see where we can go from here. So from Wright State University, this is Dave Homan, and thanks for joining us on Alter Night Baseball. Have a great evening.